All right, y'all should better hear me now. Can y'all hear me? Hey, it's been like a week and a half. What is going on, y'all? How does it sound? Because I haven't been on here in a minute. So, like, as soon as I started getting on here, it started feeling like it was like, all right, sounds good. So what is popping, everybody? Get in here, get in here. It's time to get into some things. We kind of have a lot to talk about. But yeah, I feel like I'm always telling you guys the story about how I didn't feel like doing it. But honestly, I will be more consistent in the near future. It's just I cannot multitask, not really well. Like when I have things going on in my life and I'm trying to do shit, and it's like a lot going on, it's like takes me away from like getting online, and then like I just become not motivated, and I'm just like I don't feel like doing this, and then it's like I have to pull myself out to do it, and it's like okay, you got to stop this and do that, and you know it's been a fight. I think I'm going to make a whole video on motivation, and because I learned something on being motivated, and and why sometimes you wake up and you don't feel motivated to do certain things. And I was trying to figure that out. Like, why don't I feel like doing this? Why don't I feel motivated? Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But I thought about it and I found the reason. And, I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. But you guys always know I'm working on something all the time. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. Okay. Not today, because I want to do a dedicated video on motivation. So that will be coming soon, okay? But yeah, I just was like feeling like, I don't want to do it. I don't care. I'm not in a mood. Like I couldn't even feel like, and I wasn't like really mad. I wasn't really sad. I just felt like blah. You know what I mean? It just was like one of those things. I was like, well, what is wrong with me? Like, why don't I feel like this? And like, it just was a lot of energy. And I was just like, I don't feel like it. Not today, not tomorrow, not the next day. And then as time went by, the days go by, I'm just like, oh, yeah, don't feel like it. Well, maybe try again tomorrow. So, yeah. But we're here now. I'll let you guys in a little bit later, but it was just a lot of like life things happening, and they're still happening around me. But once I get settled, then I'll be like, all right, we're back in action. All right. So what do we want to talk about first? There's a plethora of things that is going on the docket. We've got the Kelly Rowland and Cardi B interview, which I thought was a hoot. Dep Dash and Charlamagne the God. Kerrion Franklin revealed his scars. And then some later news that I think it looks like Milagro Grams may be trying to bring in Joe Budden. Kylie, I don't know how true this is. I seen this maybe a week ago, but I wasn't online for that. Let's start there. Let me see if I can share the screen. You guys can tell me how true this is. I haven't really been following that much. But it looks like, so Baller Alert posted, shout out to Baller Alert, Kylie Jenner and Joe Budden added to witness list in the Megan Thee Stallion defamation case. The defamation trial between Megan Thee Stallion and blogger Milagro Grams is drawing attention from unexpected names attached to it. A new filing reveals that Kylie Jenner and Joe Budden have been identified as potential witnesses for the defense when the case begins later this year. So here's my thing. Will Milagro Grams be able to pull out Joe Budden and Kylie Jenner to defend and speak on her behalf? Really? I wonder if she can pull that out. Kylie Jenner testifying for Milagro Grams? Joe Budden testifying for Milagro Grams? Wouldn't that be a doozy? Things gonna get real ugly.
Shit gonna get ugly. Okay?
And that's really hard to do. Because have you seen? Well, let me stop. But anywho, yes. I don't know if that's going to actually happen. Kylie Jenner, Joe Budden. I wish somebody could call Joe and ask him, like, would he be coming to testify? That is just really making me want to go out there, because I was like, I wasn't going to do the Milagro case because I just really didn't care to go out there and look at Milagro, Megan Thee Stallion, but it's starting to feel like it could be a cackle. So we'll have to see. But Megan Thee Stallion filed a lawsuit against Milagro Grams, accusing her of spreading false and damaging claims online. Megan connects alleged smear campaign to Tory Lanez's 2022 trial, where he was found guilty of blanking her in July 2020 attack. Jenner's position on the witness list appears to connect directly to that night. She hosted the whole Hollywood pool party where Megan Thee Stallion spent time before the blank occurred. The party later became a key detail in the criminal case against Lanez, which resulted in his conviction 2 years after the indictment. Joe Budden's appearance on the list is tied to his role as a media figure within hip-hop. His past commentary about Megan Thee Stallion may play a role in the defense's strategy. So they may say that Milagro Grams is taking everybody down and throwing everybody under the bus, saying, he talked about her, I talked about her, we all talked about her. It was all media. Okay. But the court records do not outline what specific information he is expected to provide. In addition to Joe Budden and Jenner, the witnesses list also includes Tory Lanez's father, Sunstar Peterson, music exec Carl Crawford, who ran oh God, they're gonna make this real, man. Joe Budden, Kylie Jenner, Sunstar, and Carl Crawford. Oh yes, 1501 coming to testify against Megan Thee Stallion. Let's go, Milagro. Come on, let's see. If Milagro can do this, I might be Team Minnie. Let's go, girl. Make it hot. Yes. And media personality Jason Lee. Oh, they trying to get everybody. Really? Each of these individuals have some public connection to Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, wow. Jason Lee, Joe Budden, Kris Jenner, Carl Crawford, Sunstar, and all testifying for the defense? Oh, that's a bad mother. God. We'll see how that goes. Put a one in the chat if you think that Milagro Grams will be able to pull off, or, they'll be able to subpoena a star-studded witness list for the defense to go against, Megan Thee Stallion. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Jason Lee can't stand Milagro Grams, so Jason Lee would get on that stand and play games. Kylie Jenner's not coming to that. Joe Budden be a cackle and a half. The only people I see coming is Sunstar and maybe Carl Crawford. I don't know if everybody else will come. And if they do, I don't think they'll be good witnesses. But, girl, that could be some tea. Wouldn't that be a good showdown? Wouldn't we love that? Well, we'll see. Good luck, Milagro. We're definitely watching. Good luck, Milagro. Wouldn't that be a key? Could you imagine Kylie Jenner storming through and testifying against Megan Thee Stallion, followed up with Jason Lee? And then we get Carl Crawford coming in and 1501, and he brings Diamond the Body and Erica Banks and all kind of like that. And then all of a sudden, Joe Budden flies out the back. Wow. Do you know if that happened and I didn't go, I would be devastated? Because I would just want to see how that whole thing went. That would be a hoot. Jesus. Anyway, we'll see. Oh, I saw this too while I was out. Keke Wyatt's son speaks out. Well, basically, her son had came.
Put a finger down if you were that.
Well, he basically said that his mom said some nasty, egregious things about him and, pretty much blamed his cancer diagnosis on him being a boss bandit. Let's listen.
And your parent decides to publicly announce your diagnosis for personal gain and attention, but behind the scenes saying that your diagnosis is karma for you being a part of the alphabet mafia. And if they'd known that you were going to turn out like this, they could have kept their money. Put a finger down if you were diagnosed with cancer as a teenager.
So he's basically alleging that, hey, I was diagnosed with cancer. My mother used that to put that out there. And then she, behind the scenes, was saying to me that it's because, I was a part of the alphabet community, meaning the LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? And so he said that, he didn't have any support. So Kiki, she spoke out and said, I will publicly address this one time only. I love my son and I love all my children. I love all people. Anyone who truly knows me understand that there's not a homophobic bone in my body. Like any parent, every day is not sunshine, but my love for my children never changes. I kindly ask that you respect our family and keep us in your prayers and allow us privacy to move in peace. Translation, I said that she definitely said it. And that was, welcome. Here's the thing. When young men go through that, right? And it's almost like a rite of passage. You ain't really truly gay and out the closet unless you had your black mama tell you that you going to hell, you ain't and you know what, she hopes that everything around you crumbles. And I love my mom, but my mom used to tell me she would pray that every relationship that I had failed because it was with a man. It was a very terrible, terrible situation. My dad, he was very nasty. You know what I mean? My parents, it was just like, it was a very, very dark time. And a lot of people don't understand how nasty that is. And some of you guys out there probably have gay kids right now that they don't want to tell you that they're gay because you're very, very nasty. And sometimes, the men are bad, but the women could be really bad too. And so, sometimes, in most cases, sometimes, when your dad's kind of bad, you look to your mom to be the savior. But when you're gay, no one is the savior. It's like you're ostracized. Hell, I got kicked out the house and had to move. They sent me all the way to Florida. One of the best things that ever happened to me. But Jesus, I had to literally go and move away because my parents were like, you got to go. I always told myself that, and while I love my dad, I love my family, and I had to let a lot of that pain go because it was eating away at me. But, there was for a long time, for a lot of years, I felt like, during the time where, I needed more help, where I was trying to figure out my life. And when I mean figure it out, I was like finances, car, living. Now, I always had a car. Like my dad bought me a car in high school. That was part of the thing. Like turned 15, bought me a car, did that. I always had a car, but I couldn't drive the car to go see boys. Or I couldn't drive the car to like, if he found out I was hanging out with guys or he thought I was gay or anything like that, like all my things would be taken away. And what ended up happening is that he started doing less for me, did the basics, right? Like food, shelter, lunch money, but the idea like new shoes, like that I really wanted, or like the special game that I really needed, or just that extra vacation, those little things started to fade away. And I felt like, well, why are these things, I felt like I would get more if I wasn't gay, And I think my cousin, he told me that. He was like, your dad probably would do a lot more for you if you were straight. And I saw that and I got that because he felt like we'd be more relatable. I can go play basketball with him, we can go look at girls together, just a lot of different things. But it didn't happen that way. And so I had to navigate a lot of this on my own, and then I got closer with my mom and I would tell her certain things. And she still even does it now, just a little bit. Like, that's why you need to be with a woman. As if like, being with a woman will solve all my relationship problems. I mean, I see a lot of women out here with a lot of relationship issues. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, well, this is why you need to be with a woman because you wouldn't have this and you wouldn't have that. I'm like, girl, the ship has sailed. Okay. But, I don't know. But back to the point with Kiki, it's really unfortunate when, black parents, for the most part, they treat their gay kids like that because unfortunately, we don't have anyone to go to. And a lot of people they don't understand why the gay lifestyle ends up being so fast and people die young or there's disease and there's drug use, heavy drug use. It's because what happens is we're all thrown into this world where we have to hide. And then we're looking for acceptance. And then we build our own families, which this is why you have gay families, whether they're ballroom, whether they're pageant scenes, whether either they're all living in a house. And we don't know what love is. We don't know what relationship building is. We're all traumatized by our family, but then we're a bunch of men together or boys growing into men trying to figure life out because just because you're gay and your family says no does not mean that the real world stops working around you. Actually, it works harder against you, and you're relying on a bunch of other people with no direction. And so if you're not smart enough or you don't figure out some way to break out, you destroy yourself ultimately. I've lost so many friends, that have been destroyed just because they didn't have the support. And so they had to live in the streets. They had to live the hustle. And they never made it out. Some of them took that trauma, that pain to death. Now, some of us evolved and grew, and we take that trauma and that negativity into our relationships, and it becomes a whole other nightmare. And then we're in our 30s, and then we're still traumatized and have to go through a hella and healing and therapy and counseling and a bunch of mental issues. But that's a story for another day. But I mean, it's a thing. So yeah, I'll just say this. If you have gay kids, try to be a little bit more nicer to them because you guys don't know you're traumatizing them. All right. And they're gonna be gay regardless. Either you'll know about it or you won't. So let's move on. Speaking of that, and I'm not saying that he is, but speaking of trauma, let's talk about, Kirk Franklin's son, Carry-On Franklin. As we all know, Kirk Franklin's son, but Carry-On Franklin, is a little whoop-de-doo-dah-day. A little gay, a little hey. Maybe one day, maybe Monday he's a little bi, maybe Tuesday he's straight. Whoop-de-doo-dah-day. You never know based on the day. But there's something sweet in the milk and something's a little off in the tilt. Carry-On Franklin is crazy. However, I don't blame him. Carry-On Franklin posted onto social media, "These scars all over my body, all over my back, are not stories. It breaks my heart all over again when people ask, because I wish that was the case. Pain is the only feeling that's familiar for me. But whatever, for the record, these scars are symbols. They really signs of many secrets that I keep bottled up since I was a baby, being beat black and blue since first grade. I walk with war and betrayal in my posture. So around and find out who's with the shits forever. Forever is in around online. I'll enjoy being a PE teacher. Parents enjoy expressing rotten rage in many ways as punishment and consequence. Not that anyone cares about compassion or consideration. These scars are the only memories I have of my childhood." Wow. Here's the thing. I believe Carry-On 100%. Let me tell you something about these pastors. Did you guys not hear that audio? The way that he cursed? That he, not even cursed, he cussed. Carry-On Frank called him all kind of B's, H's, and F niggas. Were we there? I was there. Kirk Franklin did some nasty, nasty things. You also remember Kirk Franklin was delivered from his pee addiction. He was a man of the world. Same man that made the record stomp that they played in the clubs. Partied with Cardi and Diddy. And everybody at the BET Awards in the middle. Here's the thing. They need to acknowledge the pain that they've caused Kerryon Franklin. Remember that nasty audio that CJ had leaked where he had allegedly recorded Kirk Franklin's son, and it was some very strong allegations. You guys remember those allegations? We won't go back there. But you remember where, Kerryon Franklin allegedly said that Kirk Franklin or whatever. Y'all know, y'all remember the lie. Rest in peace, CJ. A few months later, now I'm not tying this to anything, but you guys know, and then a few weeks later, CJ miraculously was found dead. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if she owed it or whatever, but CJ had died. But I'm not tying the two together. I'm just saying, so we don't even know what's going on with that. So it's just a lot of energy around that. But I will say this in regards to Kerryon Franklin. I believe him. I think that he just needs the acknowledgement from his parents that they hurt him. But I think that Kerryon Franklin also needs help. And there's a lot of different things battling at once. There's the ego and the big thing in the celebrity of Kirk Franklin and the money. And everybody looks at Kerryon Franklin and he's crazy. Well, something happened to the kid. He was threatening that the dad tried to kill him. There was some very strong other SA allegations. There is no relationship there. Something did happen. We heard the recordings of Kirk Franklin cussing his ass out, and everybody justified it. And you know why they did that? Because A, Kirk Franklin is famous. And B, that's the kind of talking to we're used to from Black families. Kerryon Franklin was traumatized. But the problem is, most people, like the general public and other celebrities, Kerryon Franklin serves no benefit to their pockets, their social status, or any relevance or opportunity. Having proximity to Kerryon Franklin does not up in one's profile. So people will ignore the pain and the hurt and the crying out for help of a Kerryon Franklin just to be sure to be on the good graces and hopes if anything, if a morsel of an opportunity came about to be aligned with Kirk Franklin, all because of Kirk Franklin status. So even if they believe that Kirk Franklin is indeed, in fact, the person that did all these things, people will keep quiet because it's more beneficial to be Team Kirk Franklin than to be Team Kerryon Franklin. And so that's the sad world that we live in. There is no compassion. There is no concern because in many people, there is no value in Kerryon Franklin. At least for them. But there is value in all of us. And like I said, I think it's gotten so deep and so dark and so heavy with Kerryon Franklin. He is, he's off. And I like Kerryon. I really like him a lot. And we talked maybe, when did we talk? It had to be either earlier this year. We actually talked earlier this year. And he went off on me. Called me a B and H and hung up in my face. Oh, yeah. Oh, very nasty. But I don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Ed told me I owed him some money. And I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, he would clean off on me. Because he had popped up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, what's up, Gary? You know, how you doing? So we chatting it up. And he was like, yeah, all that, you know, basically, you know, just start talking to me crazy. Cursed at me, BH. Said I owed him some money because of the commentary and hung up in my face. And I was just trying to be nice. I was trying to be the nigga friend. So, you know, I don't know, but I like Carry On. I'm hoping that he can get the help that he deserves, that he needs. And people have a little bit more compassion for him. Because, yeah, he's a little off. But I think the nigga's off because he ain't got the proper help. And ain't nobody really checking for him and caring for him. And he's a celebrity father. And it feels like he went through some and at the end of the day, people don't care because they see the celebrity and the value in the dad, and they don't see the same value in him. And it's not fair. So, Carry On. We still love you here, Carry On. I'm not calling you ever again, but it's all love. Let's lighten up the move, shall we?
Shit gonna get ugly.
Now
Okay?
this is the key. Hopefully this doesn't get flagged. If it does get flagged, then I have to remove the video out of the thing. You guys have just missed it. But did you guys see the 76-year-old lady who shot the neighbor with a flare gun because their pets were ops, and then the man went and snatched her down? White people? Oh God, you guys got to see this. This had me on my back.
Do what?
Wait, you got to get her. She talking about, you didn't think I'd do it, did you? Look.
Didn't think I'd do it, huh? Did you? Do what? Idiot! What is wrong with you?
Remember this woman, Kathleen Schumann? She's the 76-year-old who fired a flare gun at her neighbor's face. She posted bail the last time she was arraigned. It was set at $5,000 cash, $25,000 bond. And today she was supposed to appear in court with her attorney, but she did not show up. When her case was called, the attorney said that she couldn't come to court today because she's in the hospital, but she did not disclose for what reason. Home security camera captured the entire incident. You see Kathleen walking up to her neighbor who is walking his dog and firing the flare gun, the flare bouncing off of his face. Right now she is facing assault charges and she is due back in court October 8th.
You didn't think I'd do it, did you? Jesus. White people are crazy. Why would she do that? And he whooped her mother in ass. And I would have did the same thing. I'd have beat the brakes off of Kathleen. She'd have died that day because I'd have stumped that hoe right into prune juice. You hear me? She'd have been hospital oatmeal, baby. I'd have beat the brakes off of her. She'd have been in a wheelchair for the rest of her life if she'd have made it. I'd have stumped her right into a heart attack. Okay? She would have been eye squash. What do white people eat? What is that stuff that they be eating? They be squash and stuff like that, and I don't know. You know, they be eating all kind of. Dave, she would have been that all kind of unseasoned food. Okay. Yes, shot that man in the face with a flare gun like that. That man came and grabbed her by the top of her head, dragged her down, and then slapped her at the top of her head. That man, I think he had gagged because he might have thought he was dead and realized once he wasn't dead, he had jumped and whooped her motherfucking ass. Okay. So yes, that was the key. Jesus. Yeah, school casserole. There it is. That's what it was. I knew that's what it was. Or apples and dressing, or something shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. That's exactly what it was. Oh, girl. And I know y'all want me to get into this, and I'm not going to get into this too heavy. Because y'all, the Charlie Kirk stuff, I'll give my quick thoughts on
Joy
Charlie
Reid
Kirk.
and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action.
I'll give you a quick thought on Charlie, just because I know I haven't given you guys one on Charlie Kirk. Here's the thing, and it's very, very, very crazy. But guys, we're not celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. I'm not celebrating that, but at the same time, I don't care. And I think that's the going consensus on the internet. And people are saying, you know, he has a right to his opinion. He does have a right to his opinion. And other people saying, well, look at the clips. And, you know, there's black people saying, well, look at these clips, Armand. And, you know, you guys are just trying to push a narrative against him because there's a lot of people that support him. You guys can support him. But let's be clear, guys. Even because here's the thing. Some of the stuff he was saying is true. Even if you want to get into, you know, I get some of the stuff he was saying, like, you know, as far as like DEI hires and, you know, how black people, you know, we are violent and things like that in different scenarios. Some of these things are true, but it's the way you're saying it and it's the delivery and the tone behind it that comes like a racial undertone for me. It feels more racist and educational. And then when he gets challenged on it, he's looking to try to rage bait you or argue with you. He's not really listening to understand. I've watched several of his college campus tours, and whenever black people come up and try to speak their point, he's always trying to undermine their point with a bigger and a performative response. So the guy may not come out right out of his mouth and say nigga, but the way that he talks and delivers it, he's rage baiting into racism. That's the same thing with Trump. Trump, he may not come out and say nigga, but his whole thing is an undertone of racism. And majority in the people that he's talking to are the people that will come out and say nigga. And you can feel it. So I don't need you to say the N word with the hard ER for me to know that you're and know and feel that you're racist. And then with Charlie, it's very performative. So it's like he's a podcaster, he's a broadcaster. So he's really going to say the controversial things to get the people going and, you know, and to get his audience going. So, you know, why would I care if this man got shot? And because this same man would say something like it needed to happen to lessen the population, you know, if I was shot. This is the same man that says he does not like empathy. So why should I be empathetic for him and his wife and his family and his kids? Because that's what they discuss. Him and his wife, they're one and the same, and they're teaching the kid that. So at the end of the day, that's not my business. That's not my battle. And he's not a hero to me. And people say, well, he believed in Jesus first. You can't believe in Jesus to me and perpetuate hate like that. And see, that's the part that confuses me, because it's like, well, I guess not, because, you know, we do it in the church all the time. Why are we acting like the Christians and have y'all ever grown up in church? Because I have. Let's just take the gay out of it. The church people will talk about you like a dog. You know, a lot of times people go to church just because it's something to do. As soon as they leave the church, they going to go smoke their weed, drink their drink. Some people come to church high, cheating on their wives, sleeping around the church. So just because you believe in Jesus first, you go to church, that's a bunch of BS. And people try to use believing in God and leading with God first as a way to, you know, mask their darkness in their vitriol. So at the end of the day, you can't believe in Jesus and hate me. Because God is love. God does not hate like that. And just because he didn't outright say that, that is what the undertone of all his messaging is. And so you can choose to see it or you can choose to not. And if you choose to not see it and you agree with it, then you're no different than him. And you have a right to that. But I don't fuck with you either. So it is what it is. uh let's get into should we get into Dame Dash? Should we get into Dame Dash? Let's get into Dame Dash and Charlamagne the God. Did you guys see this today?
Black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you guys are.
I'm listening. Okay.
Like, your OG is Wendy Williams. My OG is sitting right here. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you why he's my OG. Because he killed anybody or any of those things. He just taught me how to be a better man.
Wendy, not my OG.
Can you
That's
stop?
funny, though.
Can you stop?
Wendy Williams is your OG.
Wasn't she your boss?
Yeah, at one point.
So
yeah.
she was your OG. She put you on, and you should give her grace. And you should also give her props out of respect.
Oh,
But because we have different trauma, like, we're different. Like, I'm not the kind of guy that would, like, I'd rather get my ass whipped than run. But you're proud that you ran.
Yeah.
I'd rather get my ass whipped. And it ain't no disrespect, but I kind of think you're gay. You just act a little gay.
You got a problem with gay people?
Not at all. I've got a problem with people that pretend they're not gay. So let me tell you why.
But what if
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me.
This is hilarious. I love
you're
what
gay.
you're doing. This is hilarious.
So what I'm saying is, you might, because you started in gossip, which is, is very feminine, and you want people to listen to you, and that we want people that represent masculinity, because men need to be doing what they need to do as men. They don't need to be worried about girl stuff. Do you think he's masculine? Would you want this man around you if 10 guys jumped you? He'd run, and you'd have to run with him. I like my women to feel safe when they're around me. I don't tell people, like, and I'm not saying that's your way, but you're just not masculine. I've seen him run. I looked at a whole reel of, there's like a thing that says how many people bark. There's stuff that how many times you talk about other people's genitals. You real masculine men don't do that. You said.
Okay, so we're not going to play it all because I don't want them to flag it, but you guys can catch the whole thing on the Breakfast Club. It even got to a point where it got a little heated, where Charlamagne thought Dame Dash said he would slap him in the face, and he didn't actually say he would slap him. He said he could slap him right now, and Charlamagne not going to do nothing. Charlamagne was like, yes, I would, and, we're going to keep it respectful, blah, 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 and they were kind of getting into it. It got a little heated. But to be honest with you, if you ask me, I don't really care what they were talking about, who's gay and who's not, whatever, who's broken, who's not. What I saw here today was magic. From a broadcasting news standpoint, I know Charlamagne was so happy. You know what I mean? These are the type of interviews, and I'm sure the staff over there at iHeart and everybody, and Thea and everybody were like, the ratings are through the roof. And one thing is, this was some good back and forth. This was some great dialogue. And one thing that I learned from Charlamagne, I just loved how Charlamagne, kept his calm, because Dame Dash was insulting the hell out of him the entire time. But it was just like, he kept the show going. And that's what makes a great broadcaster. Like, he didn't get in his feelings. This made for a very entertaining interview. This is what we want when we have, these radio shows or these shows and we do these interviews. We don't just want to sit with people that love us and we get along with them all the time. We want to have the back and forth. This is why, and Dame Dash, to his credit and to his respect, I'm glad he went up there and challenged him. And I'm glad that they weren't afraid to not let him come up there. And so I think more people should go sit in places where they are more uncomfortable, because that's where you get the real conversation. A lot of these people go sit where it's safe and you ain't talking about shit. This was a really good dialogue, and it was very engaging. And you can see the numbers are up on this show. And so I enjoy watching things like this, because I learned how to be a better broadcaster, because Charlamagne really could have, and DJ Envy. But Envy is a little bit more sensitive than Charlamagne, because once he got in on that Rico on Envy, Envy's whole energy changed. But in order to be a good broadcaster like that, everybody should watch that does the interview space and things like that, because he kept his composure and they wanted to make sure they kept Dame Dash there. But Charlamagne still didn't back down. He kept the show going. And then to Dame Dash's credit, he came up there and performed. They did a great job. It was a great, and Dame Dash got his thing off. He's got his viral clips, some stuff came out showing that it was, he was partially the chairman and this and that and the third. But, at the end of the day, that was some good content. That was a good interview. That was an engaging conversation. We need more of those. Listen, I think next we need T.S. Madison on the Breakfast Club and to go and have a conversation with Jess Hilarious. Why not? I think that this was a very good dialogue, and this was some good radio today. And I was thoroughly entertained. And I think the Breakfast Club, they keep having moments like this. They've been really doing a good job. And shout out to Lauren LaRosa. I think Lauren LaRosa single-handedly is almost reviving the Breakfast Club, because Miss Thing is getting the scoop, getting the stories. She's really doing her thing over there. And I want to really shout out to my sister, because she's eating it up. And I haven't watched the Breakfast Club as much as I am lately since before she was on there. So shout out to Lauren. And shout out to everybody up there. Okay. So I went to court Monday. It wasn't that many people there, very small courtroom. It was me and I think a lady from Billboard and Rolling Stone. Because I wanted to see what was going on with Lil Nas X. Because you guys know I have a soft spot for Lil Nas X. I'm team Lil Nas X all the way. So I want to see, it was a preliminary hearing, trying to see what's going to happen. Turns out he wasn't at the courtroom. He's in another state in a treatment facility. Judge is saying it's like a mental health case. They're not treating this as a drug case. So he's asking that he can remain out of state while he's in, and the judge is granting him to stay out of state while he's in the facility. So he's not actually in jail. He's in a mental health facility. Okay? And so his court date will be actually November 18th of 2025. It's going to be about a 30-day court date. So we'll definitely be covering that. I don't feel like he's going to, I think the judge is pretty cool. And I think that for mental health patients, I think that he may get slapped with a fine. I don't know if he'll do some heavy time, but I don't think that this was his fault. The thing is this, he can only remain out of state as long as he remains in treatment. If he gets out of treatment, he has to come back to the States and he has to go to jail until his court date. So I'm assuming that Lil Nas X will probably be in treatment until the 18th. Hopefully he's in treatment until the 18th. Then he can come and speak to his mental health issues and what exactly is going on in his mind. Okay. As you guys know, Lil Nas X was caught running around naked singing Nicki Minaj down the streets of LA, assaulted a police officer, and was locked up. Okay. People thought it was a possible overdose, but they tested him and there was no drugs in the system. They're saying it's more of a mental break, a lapse in his mind. And so, I'm rooting for the boy, honestly, because things happen, especially when you're at that level of fame and success. And the father even came out and said it was a lot of pressure. And again, y'all know, if nobody's going to have a spot for my gays, I have a spot for my gays because we get discarded so much. His career, yes, took a shift when he came out as gay. But imagine that, and you also have a crackhead mother but then you were on the top of your game, but then you're trying to figure out at 21 and 22 what gay looks like for you, and then you're in Hollywood and you're a dark-skinned attractive man, but they're telling you, if you're going to be Hollywood gay and a pop star, put on a lipstick, a wig, and dance with the devil. Shake your booty with high heels on. You know what I mean? It's a lot. And so trying to figure it out. And it didn't work. So we're rooting for him. But I caught up with the lawyer outside the courthouse. And this is what he said. We've got a quick little statement. It wasn't many of us there. Hold on. Let me see if I can go to my page. Let's see what I got. Okay. Oh, here we go. Drew Finling. Let's go.
So really quickly, because this is going to take less than 30 seconds. You've heard that we don't have court for a couple more months. Obviously, you heard the treatment word. We're doing what is best for Montero from a personal standpoint and a professional standpoint, but most importantly, for his well-being. He is surrounded by an amazing family, an amazing team of people that care about him and love him, and we're just addressing those issues. It's really as simple as that. He's had a great life. He'll continue to have a great life. And this is a bump that he's going to get over. And on behalf of him, his family is making sure that he addresses all those issues right now.
Really quickly.
Okay. And so that is what was said. And I'm hoping we stay on that. Okay. So it was good. I got in, I got out. Now, there was a lady. I ran into, she was like, "Oh, you look different." I was like, do I know you? She's like, "No, I watched your stuff before." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Have we met?" Because I'm like, I don't know what that means. That, "Oh, you just look different." I'm like, "Girl." I'm telling you, these courthouses, y'all, I don't know what I have started by going to the courthouse, but very soon I feel this might be my last courtroom run because everybody's a reporter now. And you just be running into anything at the courthouse and have to protect my peace. Because, girl, everybody's a reporter. All right. So that was that. Y'all know I'm traumatized from Diddy. Like, I'm just like, girl. And I don't even, to be honest with you, I have not decided if I'm going to Diddy yet. I just don't know if it'll be worth it. There's a couple more cases I want to do. Then I think I might let the girls have that. And because, like, I just don't, the courthouse and stuff is cool. It's just too many cloud chasers now for me. It's just like, girl, I got in, I got out. Everybody wants the documentary moment. Everybody wants the, everybody wants the TV moment. I've been there, I've done that, girl. These girls are still trying to catch up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm over it. And, a lot of people think because we can all go to the courthouse, we're peers, and it's not given that. And so you run into a lot of weirdos at the courthouse, and I just don't have time. So yes, but shout out to the Shade Room and shout out to the different publications that took the content, and took our footage. So shout out to them. So let's get to what's next. All right. First of all, hold on. One second. Give me 1 second. I have to take this call. Told you life is lifing. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. It's life is still life, and it's a lot going on. Sorry.
Ugly. Okay?
All right. So anyway, so where were we at? Were we on the next topic? Okay, so let's get to the next thing. So I couldn't hold that call. That was a very important phone call. All right, let's talk about ice. Oh, no. Yeah, first of all, let's get into this. So, well, over the weekend, Cardi B, Baby Culture, was out in New York for Fashion Week. And the baby looked so adorable. Let's take a look. She was so cute.
Give us a little space here. Go a little bit back. Guys, come on, go a little bit back.
Hi, Korea, by my album, yeah.
Coach, over here.
I mean, she was serving.
The ladies, one more time for Getty, please. Straight ahead. Awesome, thank you. You look amazing.
She just said.
Okay, so she knows exactly who she is, okay? And for some reason, everybody felt like I couldn't post. First of all, I can post whatever I want to post within reason. Y'all are going to tell me that this is a celebrity child and she's got a celebrity mom and they're all over Fashion Week and I can't post it? I don't give a shit what you people think. The baby didn't do nothing to me and the baby is innocent. I don't give a damn about Cardi B in the video. I'm just saying the baby is cute, whether it's her daughter or not. The baby looked cute. The baby made me smile. The baby was servant. Girl, what does that mean? I'm going to post what I would like to post. She looked amazing in the video. And one thing I do like about Cardi B, I may not like her as a person, but I do love the parenting that she puts into her kids. It's really great. And I like how cute, I feel like, she was telling her daughter, like, cross your legs, do this and do that. We love that. We love to see those kind of things. She's ushering her daughter in because a lot of times you have a lot of these family members and moms and dads, and sometimes, they look great, but then their kid looks like hell. How many times have we seen that? I can't tell you around the way how many times I've seen Kiki and, my homegirl, not literally because I do have a homegirl named Kiki, but a couple Kiki and, Lisa and Shannon and whatever. Girl, they look cute. Kid is runny nose, boogers in the nose, diaper hanging off, barely got a t-shirt on, no haircut. I'd rather the mama look a mess and the kids look great. You know what I mean? Sometimes the mom looks great and the kids look like hell. It's just good to see that, the baby does make her happy. And, a lot of people have said a lot of nasty things about Culture, but Culture is really coming into her own. And I love that for her. So shout out to that. And I think she's going to come and give the babies hell when she gets older. So I'm excited to see what's going on. Now, I'd hope that she doesn't fully take on Cardi B's speaking personality. I hope she takes on a different, I don't know, well, she's gonna say Offset, but that ain't no better. Anyway, conversation for another day. Now, okay, but we love the kids, and so we'll get back to that. Ice Spice. Well, no, since we're on the Cardi B in the speaking, let's just get there. So, Cardi B did an interview with Kelly Rowland. Okay? And listen, I don't even know how many views the video got. Let me look at the video views. And people just love to call me a hater. And I'm just going to really tell you guys something, okay? Hold on. Hold on really quickly. Okay, finally. It finally reached 90,000 views on Spotify's 2-point-something million subscriber channel. When I looked at it this morning, in the middle of the night, watched the interview, it was about at 50,000 views. I was like, what's going on? Well, Ghetto. The video got flagged for, being not being age appropriate because Cardi B was in there cursing like a sailor, And here's my thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm handling. One more second. This guy. I'm trying to get into this thing. Hold on. One second. Hold on, guys. I'm coming. Okay. So, now, so sorry about that. So anyway, she's on the stream with Kelly Rowland, which was a great interview. I want you guys to understand, I did not think that the interview was a bad interview. The interview was fun. The interview was cool. All I was just thinking was, do you seen Kelly's face? Now, of course, Kelly is no beef. Of course, Kelly likes Cardi B. They have the same stylist. It's not an issue. It's no drama. But I'm just saying that's the look of, I knew you, but we're not friends, but we have proximity because we're celebrities and we're peers. But shit, you Ghetto was a motherfucker. Like, I knew you were crazy and I knew you were ghetto, but I hadn't really been around you one-on-one and it really had processed how ghetto you this motherfucker is. You know what I mean? And I think that was what this was saying. Like, yo, yeah, look at her face. Like, yo, I don't give yo, like, girl, Kelly wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like she was saying anything out of pocket or just wrong. It was just kind of like, girl, I don't know. To me, I'm gonna just be honest with you. Seeing Cardi B sitting up there next to Kelly Rowland, I'm like, damn, this is like night and day. It almost, and y'all gonna hate me for saying it, but it almost felt like Kelly was the white lady and Cardi B was the ghetto Kanisha. You know what I mean? But I was glad. I'm like, damn, Kelly looked really fucking regal sitting next to Cardi B. I'm not gonna lie. Cause I'm like, damn, this woman is like, I mean, they're sitting on these big old fancy, I don't know what kind of chair, couch floating in the clouds, and she's motherfucker, ghetto motherfucking bit, knock a bit, motherfucker. I'm just like, is it called for a motherfucker? Does she know how to just speak? And so I think for me, like, all seriousness, I'm like, okay, at some point, we have to let the shit go. Because sometimes I just want to see you talk. Like, you ain't sitting down with me where you're sitting with Kelly Rowland. I mean, like, class it up a little bit. But I get it. We have trained Cardi B to be, that's why we like her. So that's where she relies on, that's where it's like, oh, she's so relatable. Oh, she's so humble. Cause you know what I mean? It's like, just relax. You've made it. Have a conversation. Keep the, like, can we just talk? Like, can we just have a real, like, adult 10 years, 7 years later, second album, third kid, conversation? You're letting bitches know you're not coming to play. You've evolved. Like, Love and Hip Hop, Instagram, it's over. And you can do that still for different times, but now you're sitting there with Kelly Rowland in the clouds and Spotify. Give us something different. I would like for you to articulate your point. It doesn't have to be the clearest English, but you can at least try. And so I just think that I would have liked her to sit up there and just not try to be funny or not try to be like, oh, Cardi B, she's so funny. She's so relatable. Like, because we see this Cardi B, like, in every time we see her talking, it's always like this, like, caricature. And maybe that is her, but it's like at some point, she can get serious. She can get angry. Everybody's seen her get angry. So you're not doing the goofy shit when you're mad and cursing people out. So can you just have a regular conversation? Do you have to be dropping a bunch of F-bombs and motherfuckers? And you're sitting next to Kelly Rowland. She's not doing it. Kelly Rowland's over here talking about, excuse my friend. And then she around and that spirit started jumping off of Kelly, and Kelly started saying F-bombs and shit. That's why I'm like, girl, now you got Kelly up here cursing on, excuse my friend, but beat that bitch. You know what I mean? She said something like that. I'm just like, oh my God. Now Kelly is cursing. Now I'm not saying Kelly is the same, because we've seen Kelly chat motherfuckers and walk out of rooms and stuff. But I think that, this could have been a good opportunity for us to hear her in a way where we had never heard her before, just because, she was talking about how vulnerable she was and how it was hurting her, to write certain records. I would have liked to hear a little bit more about that and, and just been a little bit more serious about it. You know what I mean? And because, like, she was talking about it, but it was like, oh, shit, my mother man, goddamn, my mother man, a bitch. And then, and I would hit up some of these little bees that try to come up, and these little bitches that try to come up. It's like, and then my man, and then I'm just like, oh my God. It's like, okay, girl. I get it though, because a lot of people, that's the brand, and everybody's like, oh yeah, we love that. Oh, we love that. It's just like, well, sometimes I just want to just see my girl just have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And really articulate as an evolved woman, sitting up next to Kelly Rowland. I mean, the Kelly Rowland is the epitome of a lady. You know what I mean? She's very demure, very classy, very just, and you don't have to be Kelly Rowland. You can be Cardi B, but you're sitting in the clouds with Kelly Rowland. I mean, girl, have a conversation. But nonetheless, that was all I was saying, and it was the vocabulary was a lot. It was a lot. It was just every other word was a curse word. Just looked like she needed a cigarette and a freaking MD 2020. And I was like, okay. And to me, Kelly was just like, ooh, it's kind of a lot, but I'm here with you, girl. Hey. But those people that you be kind of, the look for me was kind of like, I'm gonna sit here. We're gonna key. I like you. But girl, I like you from when I want to go party and get trash and drunk and because girl, I'm not taking you back with my other friends and we're gonna just, because you're just a hell of a wild card. And I'm definitely talking about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go home and tell everybody and call Beyonce and be like, girl, I knew she was kind of crazy, but shit, she was a lot of energy. I need a detox. You know what I mean? Give me a glass of wine and let me go fold this dirty ass laundry. Because I'm just like, oof. I'm sure Kelly Rowland had to take a blunt, a bup, a drink, and a shot after that, because I think she thought what she was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna meet with Cardi, but then she was like, whoo, okay, this is a lot of energy. I just was like, wow, okay, I'm up. Shit. You know what I mean? Have you ever been in a situation like that? You know, okay, shit. Okay, we're here. It's a lot. All right. But we're going to get through it. You know, that's kind of what that gave me. But I like you though, but shit. Okay. I'm here. I'm with you. So yeah. So, but anyway, I just, you know, sometimes I just wish you could have, you know, just spoke and just kind of left the performance out of it, because there's other platforms that you could do that with. But that's just a personal preference. That was just me. And, you know, it was what it was. But the interview wasn't bad. It was a good interview. But, you know, the shit didn't get monetized because so Spotify, what they wanted out of it, they didn't get. So, you know, there's people out here running their mouth. Maybe they got it on the back end on the podcast, but them numbers ain't numbering. And we all know that everybody cares about the numbers, but that interview didn't even break 100,000 views because YouTube is not pushing it through the algorithm. So what that tells you, whether you like me or not, her speaking ability and skills and her vocabulary was not good. Because the video got flagged, so it's not even monetized and it's not being pushed through the algorithm. So ain't nobody even watched that motherfucking interview. So if y'all really want y'all people to watch stuff, you got to say, hey, girl, you probably can't talk like that everywhere because the shit only got 90,000 views. So that's all I was trying to say. But everybody wants to make me a hater. Well, shit, the numbers is up. Go look at it. Somebody said 90K is no one. Well, when you got Kelly Rowland, Cardi B, and Spotify with 2 million followers, what is 90,000 views? Candace Owens is live right now with 238,000 live viewers. What are we talking about? So anyway, that was my thoughts on that. But anyway, good job. Love Kelly. But congratulations is in order for Cardi B, though, because she is going on her first tour. Will you guys be attending the Cardi B tour? Put a one in the chat if you're going to go see Cardi B on tour. She is headed out. Finally, Cardi B is heading out on tour. The Little Miss Drama Tour, she'll be all over the United States. So shout out to her. We will be watching. I don't know if I'm going. If I like the album, maybe, but I don't know. I'm not, you know, I don't really I don't love enough of Cardi B's music to be rapping it with my chest. There's a few songs that I like, so I'll probably just watch the clips from home, just being honest. But I'm happy for her. She looks great in this cover or this flyer, and I can't wait to see what they do and what they do on the road, and you know, see how it does. So congratulations to her. Make sure you guys get your tickets and you guys go see her and have a grand old time. Okay. You guys have a blast on the road with Cardi B. They said that she just did something with Cardi B, her tour being in high demand. Let's see. Let's see what she said.
I did the Today Show, and I did something else that y'all gonna see at night. Mama, something small and short.
Someone at school was sleeping.
Huh?
Someone at school was sleeping.
Yeah.
In my class, and the teacher said, "Wake up."
And it better not be you.
No.
All right.
I was too busy doing backflips.
Ah.
Just kidding. I was writing my work.
Okay. So I just really, really wanted to say to you guys that it wasn't what is it today? I guess you guys signed up for the tour things, and there was so many sign up for the tours and for the tour dates and stuff. And I just want to say I'm very thankful for that. Live Nation was like, wow, it's like super massive. And that shit made me feel really good. And I'm excited about that. So I wonder how is it going to be when I actually go put the tickets on sale. And I'm just like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. The album comes out in 2 days, of course. Make sure y'all check out the Gayle King interview tomorrow. 2 days.
Okay. So high demand. Great. How much do we think that Cardi B will outsell Nicki Minaj? I don't know. I just don't know because, you know, this tour, this is not a world tour. This is her first one. Nicki has done a world tour and came back. I don't see her outselling Nicki Minaj. She said that she will outsell Nicki Minaj. But I won't put it all the way under the table because for her to confidently say that she will outsell, there may be a magic trick somewhere. And it may happen. No. She said that she was going to outsell Nicki. You guys forgot that. So we will see. And if she does, I will be the first one to get on this microphone and say Cardi B has done it again. She has outsold Nicki Minaj. I will say it. But if she doesn't, I will also get up here and say that Cardi B said that she was going to outsell Nicki Minaj and we would be crying in the car. They said, we already went through this about the receipts when she said that she will outsell. Oh, girl. So y'all want to do this again? Just because she didn't say Nicki Minaj, she was talking to Nicki Minaj. She was talking to a bar page. Do not play with me. So y'all want to do this all over again. Y'all love to do this. The fruit fairies and you know, maggots, and she wanted to say the word it bonded to you.
You think it's gonna flop? Never watched a fair y'all
Acted. This is what she said. I'm gonna play it for you.
crying because I'm gonna outsell. What? Y'all don't even want me to drop that album. Crying because I'm gonna outsell. I'm gonna have to be on top. That's a fact. Y'all never watch the fair y'all parents when they say you got what you be wishing for is not what y'all. I understand when my fans ask for my album because duh. But when my albums ask for my album, like why? What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen when I drop my album? You think it's gonna flop? You know it's not gonna flop. You know. So just stop. I know it's not gonna flop. I'm confident. I put that on my soul. I put that on your mother's soul.
Now let's dissect that. So she was talking to him, basically saying, you don't really want my album. Be careful what you ask for. Y'all don't want my album because when I drop my album, I'm going to outsell. Now, she didn't commit all the way to it, but at this point she should have because there's people out there like me that's just going to fill in the missing pieces that were left out. I'm going to outsell Nicki Minaj and you girls are going to be mad. So you don't want this album because when it drops, you're going to be mad. Be careful what you ask for because when I outsell your queen, you girls are going to be upset. You know I'm not going to flop. I'm confident that it's not going to flop. And I'm going to be back on top as the highest selling female rapper to date in the game right now. That's what she was saying. And the reason why I've inserted Nicki Minaj is because on that same Twitter space, I didn't take the time to screen record the whole thing because I don't have to, because I heard if you didn't hear it, oh well. She went to his page and she said, I see the emoji. She said, of course you have that emoji. Well, that is the emoji of the unicorn. We all know that that's a Barb emoji. And then the gag city here. So in my mind, you know that you're talking to a Barb or a Nicki Minaj fan, period. So you're like, why are you here? Of course you would have that on your page, meaning anybody that trolls me, majority of them are Barbs. So in her mind, what she basically said in layman terms, like, of course, I'm not surprised. Another stupid Barb. That's what she's thinking. Of course you would have that on your page. I just went to your page and I seen, okay, you're a Nicki Minaj fan. So you don't want my album. Y'all don't, why are you here? Why are you on this page? Y'all don't really want the album because when it come, I'm going to do my big one. I'm going to outsell your bitch. And when I do, y'all going to be crying. So be careful what you ask for. That's what she said. That's what she said in my opinion. Okay. That's what she was saying. Okay. Now, do you need even any more information? Okay. These people talking about those are my words. Block them. Are you dumb, ho? Are you dumb? You hoes are really stupid. So who was she talking about, dumbass? Ice Spice? Let me guess, JT. Glorilla? Megan Thee Stallion? Every other female rapper that hasn't hit 100K since they dropped the fucking album? And she's the second biggest female rapper? Who is she talking about? Who is she talking about? Somebody put in the chat who she's talking about. Who is she talking about? I'll wait. Doja Cat has not outsold Glorilla. She's not talking about anybody who has not broke 100K. We know that she's automatically doing 100K. Like, what? Somebody said, I think that she's speaking on all of them. Well, y'all don't give that girl enough credit because I think I've given her more. Y'all over here trying to dick ride in the comments, and y'all don't even believe that it's already a guarantee that she's going to outsell everybody else. Duh, I didn't think that we needed to argue that. I didn't think that was up for a debate. Did we need to debate that she was going to do 69K? That's the last highest selling female album. Were we arguing that she was going to not outsell Glorilla? Damn. I didn't know that we were arguing that. Did we think that there would be a possibility that she may not? Glorilla has the last highest single female rap album at 69K. Y'all didn't think she was going to sell at least 70? What are we talking about, dumbass? You guys are not going to gaslight me. And so, anyway, like, this is when y'all piss me off. Man, watch out. So let's talk about Ice Spice. You guys know I'm really loving Ice Spice. Now, let me tell you what Ice Spice is doing in my mind. This is all my mind. I don't know this to be a fact. This is just me chapping and getting on my microphone, being a chatty catty. Or was that a chatty patty? Is that what they called it today? You know, I'm really in my Ice Spice bag right now. Gat, I don't know where it landed on the charts, but it definitely was a hood hit as far as around town. The girls are feeling it. Social media is feeling it. The girls are feeling it. Everybody's, Gat. And it's really Ice Spice's verse. And I actually said I preferred Lotto's, but the more that I'm listening to it, I think Ice Spice is she's the more fun. She's taking it for me. And that's one of those songs that even if it didn't chart, it's still one of those ones that's cute. So here's what I'll say though. She's on a press run and she's playing it really smart. She's doing her chest thing. Cardi B shot her shots at her. She knows that. She shot a little shots at Cardi B, BB the bell. Bitch built like an ant, ill. You know what I mean? Cardi B, your flop and my flop is not the same. I'd jump out the window if I had your numbers. stuff like that. And Cardi B, I feel like really was intimidated by Ice Spice because they was both from the Bronx and they both was kind of having a similar comment. She could not take Ice Spice, and she was so happy, in my opinion, when Ice Spice, and I'll be honest with you, her and the team, they was all mad at me when I was like Ice Spice having a Cardi become a girl. They were cursing me out. That's part of the fallout. That is what really kind of initially started because they were mad that I said that, but I don't give a because she was having a Cardi B come up, in my opinion. So that's why I know she can't take Ice Spice. She can take her now because she feel like she beat her, which is fine. So, well, here's the thing. No, I've said that's what caused out the fallout between her and I. She felt some type of way that I said that. And ever since then, the relationship started to go left because she felt some type of way because I said, well, I feel like she's having a Cardi B come up. And so they were all feeling away. But anyway. So now Ice Spice is playing chess though. So she sat down with Keke Palmer, which by the way, you guys know I can't stand Keke Palmer, but I did love the shortcut. Hey, Keke. Ugh. But so she sat with Keke Palmer and Ice Spice, you guys know over the last year or two, Ice Spice had a mediocre rise, but then it got really murky for her last year, and she kind of got canceled and she kind of got disheveled. But what I like about her, she came back. And what I think what she's doing now, she kind of humbled herself. Something feels like she may have switched some things up in her team a little bit. The people that were around her, hopefully it's that manager because he had her feeling way too cocky. But whatever happened. They had a meeting. The Lotto thing got squashed. There's no more beef. Now Ice Spice is out doing interviews, showing love to Nicki Minaj. Even though Nicki Minaj don't fool with her no more, especially in the barbers don't fool with her as much because they caught that she was, talking about Nicki in the text messages. She's thrown shade at Cardi B, and Cardi B has definitely thrown shade back at her, and Cardi B definitely is probably dragging her on the album. But she's also giving Cardi B her flowers. Very good chess move because Ice Spice is in a pivotal point right now. The people are on her side right now. People are kind of forgetting about what she did yesteryear. They're liking her. She's beautiful. She switched the hair out. She got thick again. She gave us a banger. This is her time to revive herself and get the support back. It's, they're not laughing at her and dragging her for being a colorist and not liking her dark-skinned friends and not wanting the dark-skinned girls to be rappers. They're not talking about how they didn't let the girl eat it, have a chicken salad. So all those girls that were mad and they thought that they were going to get the clout off of her, Ice Spice did a reverse Uno. The game of chess she's playing is really sickening. I'm going to go back and patch up with Lotto. Everybody's going to love that. Female unity. Then I'm going to do these other interviews and I'm going to maintain this idea that, hey, I love Nicki. Cardi paved the way. You ate that, Ice. I see what you're giving. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Where are we at? Hold on. Because she's smart because she know the Cardi B fans, they're gonna be loving that. Like, oh yeah, they're easy. You get on here and you be like, oh, Cardi B, open the door. Oh, yep, Ice, Ice, yeah, we're Ice Cabinet now. Easy move. Keep them out of you. You don't have to have them as fans, but you don't need them on your bad side. They can listen to your music too. I get
Seriously, was there a moment or a person that you saw doing something that made you say, maybe I could do a song or this could be a career?
I feel like Cardi B definitely brought back that hope of girls could rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because for a long time, Nicki seemed so unattainable and that's part of the lore too.
Yes.
Of why I was so obsessed because I'm only she could do it.
So seeing Cardi was okay, especially is she from Syria?
Okay. Do we want to unpack that or do we just want to let that rock? How y'all want to unpack that? because so there's this way and there's that way. So what that says to me is what everybody else has been saying. Well, shit, if she can do it and she's mediocre, I can do it, and I'm just okay, so I'm sure I can do it too. Shit. We all can do it. I'm better than that, so shit, if the door's open, well, shit, let's go. That's what I think a lot of people were saying. Can we talk? I'm not saying that that's what she was saying. I'm just saying that's what I feel like the labels and everybody was thinking, well, shit. Well, shit. Get yourself a BBL, an Instagram, make a goofy joke, and say ABTC3 on the beat, and I'm ghetto as fuck, and here we go. Can we talk? So, and I think because that's why, when you, and the only reason why I say that is when you say, because Nikki, it was so, and even Lana was like, it was Nikki, because Nikki, it was so, like, before the Cardi B break in the end, like, Nikki was so like, I can't rap like that. I can't beat her. The bar was so high. Cardi B got in, it changed the trajectory of how female rappers, the floodgates of female rappers open. Now, I'm not saying that, it is what it is. It became easier for women to be rappers when Cardi B got in because they weren't intimidated by Nicki Minaj anymore, because a lot of people didn't have to go against Nicki Minaj. People saw, like, if Cardi B can do it and she can't rap, then I definitely can do it. That's what people thought. Cardi B wasn't an intimidating entry point. Nicki Minaj was. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. It's no shade. It's no shade. But it doesn't take away from what she's done, because, no one else has been able to do it the way that she's done it since. But I do think the floodgates got open because they felt like the bar of entry was lower. It's no shade. So then, but Ice Spice, still she kept going. There's another clip. But see, this is what I'm talking about. You see, like the Cardi B fan pages, look. I expect that Cardi B brought female rappers being able to be seen by labels, because for a while just think, see, they happy. It's easy. So now they like Ice Spice again. So she's playing the right game. Okay? Okay, let's listen to this one.
Yo, actual, Grammy nominations, and then even like somebody like Nicki Minaj, an icon, being like, yo, I like what you're coming with.
Insane. Crazy. Like crazy, crazy, crazy. I had no, I always wanted that to be the case, but it's just like when it happens, you're like, whoa, like, is this real life? 2 records with her, I was gassed. Like, of course, I still am. Like, I feel like it was.
What was it like working with her? Did you guys have like a one-on-one type of process, or was it kind of like, I'm gonna send it to you, you send it back?
We would do a lot of sending back and forth, like via text and stuff like that. But she would always gas like what I did. Like, she would just be like, oh, I love your accent and like your tone and flow, and I would be like screaming like when she, you know what I mean?
Now, I know
Yeah.
at one time it was talks of her possibly signing you. What made you kind of think? Because I know it can be tough when you're an artist and then you're signing an artist.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, man, is that the right decision to make? But then also, she's incredible. So,
Yeah.
kind of, how did you navigate that and then maintain the love?
Well, I really let like our lawyers. Well, I tried to like really let our lawyers like handle everything and like our managers.
Yeah.
But I was already signed when she was trying to sign me, so I think that's where like the hiccups were.
Yeah.
Because it was like really no room anymore at that point.
Yeah.
To make like a new deal. I'm signed to 2 labels, so that was already like a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean like.
But she understood, y'all. It's all love, and it's just like it's the industry.
Well, yeah, it's all love. Like always, I still look up to her. She's mother.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh.
Period. Ice Spice knows how to play the game. That's a bad bitch. I don't care what y'all say. You better watch my girl because she died and came back. And the girls love her. She's not going nowhere. I'm telling you. She knows how to and then I think no shade. It would maybe live for Ice Spice even more and realize, okay, no, she's very Nicki coded and she just really has. And I already seen that in her last album. But when she got on that stream and she was just so cut and fish like that and such a girl, I'm like, yeah, she's a problem. And she's very calculated. She's not going out sad. Like, y'all thought y'all killed her. But Miss Mama came back. And she's gonna give you girls, she's still mother. You paved the way. Team up with Lotto. Pretty. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, sis. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And she's articulate as hell and she speaks clear. Like you see, she sits down. Yeah, she can poop. But then when it's time to talk, it's very clear, concise, to the point, but it's chill too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love that. We love that. We love that. Okay? So, we're here, we're watching, we're waiting, and we're listening. Y'all always say I'm giving her too much, but girl, she coming back. Okay? It is what it is. I like Ice Spice. I live for her. And I'm living for this era, girl, and I don't care what nobody say. So let's just stay in the game, girl. Let's see what happens. All right. So with that being said, I was gonna be messy, but girl. Ooh. You guys watching Now That's TV? It's a lot going on up there. But yes. So anyway, hold on. I'm getting a lot of text messages. And so, they're going to do some calls. Okay, we've been here for a while, but I'll do a couple calls because it's been a long time. Okay, hold on. Now, you guys can get in here. We'll do a couple calls. But girl, if y'all don't get in here quickly, we're gonna get up out of here, okay? Because my phone just keeps going. I love Ice Spice's new look. Okay, so we're not gonna take a lot though, because I got to get on this call. All right, Lucy, what's going on, Boopy, Poopy, Pooty,
Armand.
Uh-huh.
Child, I just want to know, do you read your chat?
I can't read the chat all the time. I'm doing a show.
Okay, no, I'm not saying that to drag you, but bruh, They be eating you up in the chat.
And what am I supposed to do about that?
I don't even know. Like, do you have moderators? Nothing?
I do have moderators, but what is baby, get to the story.
Okay.
What do you need to say?
Okay, but besides that, so I just want to know, do you think that when Cardi puts out her album,
Mhm.
and when she's done with all her rollout, whatever, do you think her... Okay, first of all, I guess I should say, do you think she's pregnant? First of all.
You know, I don't know, because I don't know. I feel like everything feels very stunty cunty, and I really don't give a damn if she's pregnant or not. So I don't really know. I don't really care.
Okay, I asked that to ask, if she is pregnant, do you think that's going to affect her tour? Like, or will she actually go through with the tour? Because I know last time she was pregnant, the tour didn't happen.
I don't know. Maybe I think she will still try to do the tour. I think she will still try to do it just because she put it out, and she will,
Yeah, it's already out there. Okay.
It's already out.
Okay, boo. That's all I wanted to ask.
Thank you. Do you think she's pregnant?
I did at first, but then I don't know. After that TikTok she did with her belly all over exaggerated, I don't know, child. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And do we care?
I mean, that's true. No, I don't. But it just makes me wonder about the tour. That's the only thing that I would, think about her pregnancy is the tour. If it wasn't for the tour, I wouldn't.
Are you going to the tour?
Child, no, I'm not. I was going to, but I'm not. Hey, the funds ain't funding. The funds ain't funding. Okay.
Well, it don't sound like it matters if she's pregnant or not, because your ass ain't going.
Look, I was going, okay, but then some things happened, and now I'm not going. But I still want to know if my girl gonna do the tour. Shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, girl, ask her to hold $10 for the tour and get you a ticket and do what you got to do.
Type shit.
All right, bye, boo. Did you buy? Are you gonna buy the album? Did you pre-sale? Did you pre-buy the vinyls and stuff?
I didn't do all that. Like,
okay,
I like Cardi, but I'm not like finna fight for her. I'm not diehard like that.
Right.
But yeah, when the album come out, I'm gonna listen, see what's to it.
Thanks, boo.
All right.
Bye. Okay. Indiana Trailblazer. Talk to me, baby.
Oh my God. Hey, Armand. Oh, I love you so much.
Thank you.
I just made a beat out of your record, and I love that song. I just wanted to bring that back because it's been a minute.
Okay, yeah. Oh, didn't I have to block you?
Yes, and I apologize for that because it was like put as like I was a bard, which I am, but I'm like actually a Bardi gang. I'm also like a stallion. I'm all that. But I love female hip hop. I generally come from that audience where you generally talk about female rappers. So yeah, throwback. But I do love your music. I do love the boys' room. Thank you for understanding, and also the trial with Diddy was popping and how
Yes, and don't start with me anymore because I'm not. If I block you again, you're going to be blocked for life.
I love you. I promise you.
Okay.
I'm not. I do want to give my thoughts about Cardi.
Okay, give your thoughts.
And I appreciate you so much. All right. So I don't understand why she doesn't go like the Hispanic, Latino, Dominican, Puerto Rican route of like Big Pun and just claim that, because I feel as though she could easily do that. Also feel as though she has to really go number one, because after that Doja Cat comes out, then after that Taylor Swift comes out, Drake comes out after that. She needs to get her stuff together. She needs to hit hard, and it really is weird, this like rollout. And
What is the Janet Jackson record gonna sound like?
Yeah, I mean, she has a lot of big like heavy hitters on there, but I just feel as though she has to have that record. She did say she's gonna come after everybody, so we're gonna hold her to that, like everybody who came for her. So
Well, she better not set Janet up like that. So she better not do that on the Janet record.
Exactly. I just I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing with the female hip hop, but that's my 2 thoughts on that. I just want to like put that out there, like also as a Barty fan as well. Like, why don't you do that? Like, it's an easy route.
The people in the chat are saying, who are the heavy hitters on the album?
I mean, no shade. I mean, I all I saw was Tyler. I'm not the biggest Tyler fan, but I saw some other people. It was like
Did Tyler even sell 2,000 copies? Is that a heavy hitter?
I don't want that to be like the you know, where everything goes. But I saw like 6 different people that were like boom, boom, bap on the cover. So, you
So you
know,
don't even know who's on the cover.
you know, I have my laptop in front of me right now, but like, you know, in general, I need to see like a single. Like, where's a single? Come on, it's a week before the album. What are we doing? You need to have that song that just dropped and that hit #1, or other you have your fans let it go #1. But other than that, it's, you know, it's go time, boo. You can't let this push back for another week, another month, another year.
So
That's
we
all I.
have on the album, we have everybody she's collabed with already. Kalani, Lizzo, Megan Thee Stallion, Summer Walker.
Right.
Okay, Janet Jackson is the biggest heavy hitter for me, and I don't know what they even expect from that. Hopefully, it's a real Janet record and not just a Janet like she a remake of something. Janet is actually on it. Cash Cobain,
Yeah.
Selena Gomez, maybe. So
Now I'm looking at this Summer Walker. First of all, pause. That could go, but who knows? But Cash Cobain,
they've done
he's
a
really
record already together, but that could
Kalani.
go.
Unfolded is killing it right now. So I don't know. It
But we
could
got
like.
ring, ring, ring.
Oh,
And then
exactly.
Kalani. So we you know him. I like no more. So I mean, this is the same nachos.
Coming. Yes.
Yeah.
Come and get your clothes. I have them folded. Like, come on. She's the girl right now. Kalani, it's her turn. I just feel as though it might be that hit record that gives them that SZA and Doja Cat thing. But keep in mind, Doja Cat is right around the corner, and she is not playing either. So, Cardi, I love the rollout. I like the New York stuff. What you doing? And also on top of that, staying on New York. I love you, Cardi. Stand on New York, because it's just like at the same time, rep where you from, do that, and that's why we love you. We love
10
that
seconds.
Bodak yellow. Bodak, and
Thank
that's all
you.
I have to say. That's all I have to say.
Talk
But I
to you
love you.
soon. Bye.
You too.
Love you
Bye,
too.
boo.
Bye. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna wrap right here. If you guys didn't get a chance to get in here, you guys will have to come the next round. Okay. It was a great time. Great time. Oh, Trailblazer, come back in here. If I kicked you, come back in here. Yes, because I'm trying to figure out you had got blocked. So yes. Somebody told me you do not love him, you blocked him. I love all y'all, but I do block. That's why I missed so much stuff. What did I miss? Jocelyn and Cardi B, she would never do that. That's too close for comfort. Jocelyn Hernandez for Catapult. That would be the end of Cardi B. She would never have that. Could you imagine? She would never do it. I wouldn't do it. But anyway, so listen, we've been on here for, I'm coming back tomorrow, y'all. And we will talk. We had a great time. I love y'all. Send me more topics. Y'all haven't been sending me stuff either. Send me the topics and we're going to talk, but I got to take this call. So I may come back later on today, but if nothing else, I'll come back tomorrow. All right. Love y'all. Bye.